And then I just hear voices. Hey, guys, read. Hi everyone. Hi guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ooh. Thank you so much, guys. I am so filled with gratitude. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel, before I even dropped content or dropped a video. So thank you so much, guys. You guys are the real ones. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Honestly, I don't have the words to describe, but thank you so much for the kindness and the love that you've been showing. Thank you for sharing my YouTube channel with others, sharing my video. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. Okay, so guys, let's start with our video for today. So basically today is it is, I think, a continuation from the Let Me Break My Silence. Okay, so basically I'm going to tell just a story about my salvation. It's a salvation story, how I got introduced to church, and just also basically, more importantly, how I was basically introduced to Jesus Christ, in a form of just having a relationship with him, not out of just doctrine or out of religion, but basically having a very intentional relationship with him. So this video is about that. It's a very funny funny story, but it is one of the moments that I hold so deeply in my life. It's very sentimental. It's like a life-changing moment for me. It changed my entire life, how I view things, how I just go on with life. So even I wouldn't be here without the decision that I've made. So let's get into it. Is it on? Yep. So it was 2015. Yes, 2015. That was my first year, basically first year in university. So yeah, so just a backward story, just a backstory. Basically I was in boarding school. Yes, so I was in boarding school for my high school years. So basically 5 years in Jengi Pagat boarding school. I went to Inanda Seminary, which is a school in Durban. It's an all-girls boarding school. So it was the best time of my life. I really enjoyed my time there. So shout out to Ome Babasinada Seminary. So yeah, so basically I went to boarding school, and it was an all-girls boarding school, and it was a Christian boarding school. It was a Christian school. So we used to have like chapel, or we used to have like a Sunday service every single morning, from Monday to Friday. Then Saturday, I think, Saturday was just basically a weekend. We just resting, and then Sunday, okay, it's Sunday, so we went to church every Sunday. So it was like a very good a good place to, it was a good Christian school. Like, honestly, I learned a lot during my time there. Even the songs that I love, like Hillsong and Bonke Lavant or Elevation Worship, and all these big gospel groups. I really like got my love, or received my love from from boarding school. So basically so going on gay, but then I wasn't serious, because I did come from a church background, or maybe let's say my mom, because my father passed away when I was very young. So my mom was like, she's saved. So she basically, like, introduced me to the Christian side, and also just introduced me to Christianity. Excuse me. So basically yeah, so I had that background, but it wasn't my decision. It was basically just my mom being a you know, just being a good parent and introduce me to her religion and everything like that. Until a day came. One slim day. And this day comes to all of us. If it hasn't come to yet, trust me, it's coming. Where you basically just make your own decisions. You know, you grow up and you feel like you can't do things because it can't against you, but you actually, it has to be your own like belief. It has to, like, you have to basically just make up your own decision because you're old now, you know. And especially if you're going to, you know, if you want to have a family in the future, you know, you need to now make your own decisions. You can't, you know, do things because a car against you, but you get what I mean. So basically this day came 2015. Basically, okay, so to also just to add on to the story, you know, 2015, so it was, can you imagine, I from boarding school, which basically my weekends were like locked up. I was locked up in school. And then obviously 2015, I'm getting this opportunity to go out, you know, to experience life. No family, no parent, no ban. You are just there, you know, in the streets, and you do whatever you want. Yeah, boy. And actually I realized now to actually thank my mom for teaching me some things, because as much as I was a I wouldn't say a bad girl, I wasn't like a bad girl, but that differs on the definition of what is a bad girl. But I wasn't in the streets like that, because I think I always had this like teaching from home, again, you know, everywhere, you know. So, and not to shade, you know, anyone's path or anything, but this is just my story. So it helped me, and as much as I would, you know, galavanta and all these things, but there was this line which I can't cross. I can't do that, because I mean, what will my mom say? I mean, I can do this, man, this is not like so deep. But like there were always like boundaries that I had because of my mom's teaching. So shout out to her. So yeah, and then to 2015, yeah, obviously, and to actually think about it, yes, Jesus didn't give me a lot of time to experience, especially after university. I don't know, I'm happy I wouldn't come back banging somewhere, but I literally had like a few months, in just a few months in you know, in tertiary, because that was my first year. I got saved in 2015, so that was my first year. Can you imagine, first year and you being saved? And so a few months in, basically in that first year, so basically getting used to university. I mean, the vibe, I mean, you are your own boss, basically. You are your own parent. And then so obviously make friends, and you know, we come from different backgrounds, so other people, they can do things and you can't, and it's like, but then obviously guys, peer pressure peer pressure corner. If you haven't succumbed to peer pressure, girl or boy, you're a strong one. So basically yeah, so basically I learned, I mean, I get to like drink, you know, alcohol, you know, smoke weed and all those things. And honestly, so even my story of how I got saved, it is linked to me having a session of like, you know, a party session. So basically, so I live in the commune, so I didn't live at rest. So I live in a commune, which is a private accommodation. So yeah, so basically a commune is like you have like you have residents there, and you guys share like communal areas, just like it is, but then it's just a smaller, you know, facility. So basically, and it was also girls, guys, yo. It was also a girls commune, so it was just girls only, no guys. But next door, okay, got guys next door. Oh, it was actually mixed. Yes, it was actually mixed. So basically, my friend, I'm not gonna say her name. But yes, so my friend, she's a social butterfly, so she made friends very quick from next door, like with the guys and the girls as well. And you know what, they are like in that life again, you know, like, you know, partying, drinking, smoking weed and everything. So I like times where obviously like you're smoking weed or you are drinking with them. So this session, okay, let me go to the actual session so that I can stop blabbing. So this session, okay, we're having a smoking session, basically, and then so basically we're having a smoking session, so smoking weed, okay. So okay, I get go weed and then so that time they were using a bong. I don't know if you guys know it, but I'm sure you guys know it. It was called a bong. So it's like it's not like habli, but it's like this thing that you use to smoke weed. So that day we were using a bong. Looking, okay, obviously looking at bear mag and smoking it, but then it's not hitting. And man, God, it's like, girl, I when I don't win. Where was it going? I have don't win. I don't win. You know, and then obviously I look and I try again. I don't say again more. I don't say like, and I use all that shy. You know, you can literally feel to know I'm actually inhaling. Okay, and then we have a smoke session. We were smoking a joint. And then we're smoking and obviously man just saying high. Obviously now you guys are gonna say me much. Say much. But now in this moment, you know, when we're smoking, so it was the four of us. So it was my friend, then the two guys from next door. So we were smoking. I say corner, okay, then obviously, you know, it's been some time, and then obviously we high. And then I just hear voices. Hey guys, weed. Literally I hear voices, and it's like I'm hearing, you know, like very scary like voices, and these voices are like, it's like they're laughing, you know, like those scary laughs, guys. I don't know, like on my movie, one of my scary movies where like you're hearing this like ha 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 ha, like that's what I hear. Hey guys, literally should take an easy and that's like voice that's like laughing in my, and can you look, it's fine because that's gonna be in a storeroom, so it's very dark, you know, so it's outside like the big house, the main house. My voices, and then labo it's dark, so I can't really see because I don't know. I know what's in it's not them because this I don't know, this like these voices I'm hearing, I can't really like pick what's okay, it's this one or what because it's very dark like bad. Okay, so next thing I boom. My thing about what kind of phone, and literally it's like these voices I'm hearing, like these people laughing, it's like these guys, but it's not like these guys, it's like kind of like demonic kind of thing, guys. But fit, it was like an out of body experience, like guys, I couldn't control myself, like it was like I'm not in my body kind of like thing where it's like yo guys, being high. So that's why I don't play with medication. I don't play with medication, guys, because I literally don't like, you know, feeling out of control of my body. Like I honestly don't like it, like for real. So basically I guess and you know, and it was so weird because it was like an epiphany moment where it's like I was just in another world, and it was just so scary. I've never been there before, and it was just so weird. And then obviously guys, one of these voices like you know, and it's like no trial, and I just ran away, like literally I'm baleg. And then in my lunch, like when I went my commune, there was a girl called Akona. Shout out to Akona, my boo. So she was saved. She was saved. And so she was more grown spiritually in the faith. And when I actually ran back to Indley, I go straight to her. I'm like, Akona, bruh, please pray for me. I don't know what happened there, but please pray for me. I feel so dirty. Yo guys, I felt so dirty. Like I literally felt so dirty. I literally took out every single thing I was wearing. Like literally every single thing I was wearing. I'm like, I kind of know I feel so dirty. Please pray for me, you know. And to actually know was, and that's how I saw it. This was actually spiritual because as much as if I was high, okay, I mean you get high and then you continue with your life. But there was like this realization with he, it's like I sinned. Like it was like my conscious, I can't describe it. Like it's like, you know, when you're conscious, like when you, like I was so guilty. And it's not like guilty where it's like or you just stole money or something. But it was like a spiritual guilt. Like it's like I feel so dirty, you know. I felt so naked. Let me say that. I literally felt so naked. And I think obviously because I was exposed to the spiritual world, which I have no knowledge of, and it was basically so scary. And so guys, I can't describe it. I know someone will hear. So basically I asked Akona, please pray for me, bro, because no, this is too much. Then she prays for me, bruh, and then I actually feel like this is a good sign. When I felt like, no, I'm safe, I'm good, you know. And after that, guys, literally I never went back. I literally never went back. In a sense of Wuti, it was like a moment of realization for me. Wuti, I'm a sinner. Like literally, I'm a sinner, and I need Jesus. Like, because what I saw there, it is scary, you know. It's scary. It might have been a good kid. It was just a moment where we were just smoking happily and whatever. I mean, smoking weed. But for me, it wasn't just a session, but for me it was like, I guess it was just my encounter with Jesus, like where it's like, girl, do you want this life, you know? And yeah, so basically it's I was like, just like Paul, you know, Paul in the Bible, Paul was basically the one who was on a killing spree. He used to kill Christians, and that was like just his, I don't know, his habit, his hobby in Jalo or something. And you know, he just had a moment where he just, you know, was, you know, he met Jesus. It was outside of church. It wasn't in a church setting, but Jesus himself came to him like, Paul, why are you persecuting me? And it was a moment where I saw Wuti. Sometimes, you know, we get saved in different reasons. We get saved, you know, in different ways. And for someone, it can be a church. Someone, it could be just having a conversation with someone, and you just feel like, no, let me try this Jesus. Abanye, it's a matter of like, you know, you get snatched out of it. You get snatched out of the fire, girl. You know, and for me, as much as I had the church background, but for me, you know, I literally got saved in that moment where it's like, Lord, I don't want to do this without you. It is, you know, it was such a scary place, you know. It's a scary place. So basically it's funny because I knew where I knew where to run to. I knew where to get my help. I knew who to run to. And it was all like wasn't Bonamanja, it was all like divinely orchestrated. Like honestly, for me to have Akona, you know, who I lived with, and she was, you know, much more you know, spiritually growing than me, and she helped me through the journey even after that. And honestly, it was just God. Like honestly, it was just God. I grew so much. I think those you know, those few, those you know, years, you know, they really contributed to who I am right now. That labor that I did spiritually at that time, you know, the prayers I prayed, you know, the conferences I went to, you know, the church I went to. Yeah, so it was really funny because I knew who to run to. I knew where to get my help. I knew that, you know, I knew where to run to. I knew where to go to, and Jesus was where I ran to. He was, you know, the person I knew could help me. I knew that I needed to really just run to him and make a very intentional decision to, you know, be in relationship with him, and not just do it because, you know, Genzi Kaya, it's something I grew up you know, under. But I knew that I need to have my own relationship with him, because if Wednesday, I'm far away from home, who I'm gonna run to? Like my mom is not there. Umane engizo again to help me. So I knew that I needed to basically develop my own relationship with him, and that was the start. It might have been a very funny you know a funny translation into the kingdom of light, but anything that could have anything to translate me into make this very very important decision in my life. I am not ashamed of it. I'm literally not ashamed of it. I never really told the story because I didn't want people to have their opinions and take away my moment in translating to the kingdom, because people want to have opinions, because someone might say and I mean it's not that deep, but even if it wasn't that deep, but it translated me to a beautiful beautiful journey with Jesus. It translated me to a beautiful just acknowledgement and a beautiful realization of of who I am and my purpose, and why am I here on earth. And it just made me it just opened my eyes into this realization, number one, but most importantly, it gave me a relationship with the most beautiful person ever, and that is Jesus. I would never take it for granted. I think I needed to be ready to be able to so yeah, basically, and it's not like I I was perfect after that. I made mistakes even after that, which I'll share deeply with due time, so that I can help someone else, because just because we are Christians does not mean that we're perfect, but we know Uguti, we made a decision and we need to live up to the decision, and at times you do slip up, but it's always beautiful to know Uguti, we're not doing it on our own. My favorite scripture is Matthew, one of my favorite scriptures, because let me not say that. So one of my favorite scriptures is Philippians chapter 2 verse 13, which says, God is the one that gives us the power and the desire to do his will. So he's the one that helps us. He's the one that helps us to be like him. He helps us to even follow him correctly, denying ourselves. So the Bible says we need to deny ourselves so that we can follow Christ. And denying yourself is basically dying to yourself, dying to your desires, dying to the things that you used to love, for Christ, because you want to please him. And it's not like there's no beautiful life in him. It's way more beautiful, way more worthy, because you get to see what's because you were in your in the flesh, basically. And obviously the fruits of the flesh is death. But I don't want to preach right now, but basically like I said, it's just one of those beautiful moments where what you're not doing on your own. And Jesus is so gracious, he's so loving, he's so he's so stern as well, he's so jealous. There's a lot you can say about him, and what I've learned in just my few years of walking with him, and what I've learned, as much as you make a decision of leaving the world for him, there's a Bible scripture where it speaks about Jesus when he says would come to him all who are heavy laden, those who are heavy burdened, to come to him, and then he is going to take your yoke and he's going to give you a light yoke. He's going to give you his yoke. And I learned as much as you make a decision of following Jesus, leaving other things, but he also gives you things that you ought to do in his kingdom and for him. So it's that when you make the decision, there's something that you need to stop doing, or things that you need to stop doing so that you can do other things. You know, it's not like you're just gonna be like it's gonna be a free ride, but it requires a lot from you as well. It requires, you know, dying to self, and that is, you know, our work. It is our responsibility with the help of the Holy Spirit. So it's like a joint, core joint thing. So because I'm blabbing right now, I feel like I'm blabbing, but that is just my story. Like I said, my beautiful beautiful story. And you know, I'll continue, you know, with the next video. I'll talk about, you know, my walk, you know, my slip-ups and what I did after that, and how the Lord has helped me even to now, and you know, teaching me my purpose, and you know, and giving me my identity. You know, I stand here, as much as I'm not perfect, as much as I'm not you know, I don't know all things, but you know, I'm not where I used to be, one, and also my identity. I know who I am. You know, I'm learning, as much as I don't know fully, you know, but you know, currently I know enough, you know, to carry me in the journey that I'm in currently. So that is my story. So that's just, even the reason why I'm sharing this is because I want to encourage someone else who would say, you know, I mean, try him, try Jesus, you know, just try him. Just taste and see. I'll be silent. I will always worship you. As long as I am breathing, and I will always. Yes, so guys, we've come to the end of today's video. Yeah, so next time I'll basically talk about, you know, my journey after that, you know, just also what the Lord had you know, delivered me from, you know, because it gets juicy. It really gets juicy. You know, this was just a foundational you know, video where I'm just talking about how I got introduced to, you know, Jesus, to a relationship, you know, a personal relationship with him. And yeah, because hell does break loose of the decision that you make, but you know, it has no power over you. So yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment and to share, and just tell your friends to subscribe and follow you know, my personal social media pages. And yeah, so that you can get, you know, the full scoop and to know the times where I upload the video. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone. Bye.